Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for December 21st, 2021. It's a solstice. Wow. um, my name is Arlene Grace, and I'm an Intuitive Energy Life Coach, channel, and mentor. Take whatever resonates for you, leave the rest behind. So I love when my life allows for me to see the energy that is playing out today. And so today's energy is 10 of hearts, and it's 10 of hearts and a ruling 2 energy. And when I think of the 10 of hearts, it's really about this fulfillment in love. If you've been listening to me for a bit, we moved into, on Saturday, heart energy. We moved into bringing our mind energy into our hearts to come into the emotions, which is beautiful because we get to go through the entire cycle of hearts where we begin in a place of mastery, this mastery of love, leading with love. And every day we just shift a little bit more, bringing the wisdom that we gained from the day before, because we're never the same person when we wake up the next morning. There's always something that shifts within us. We're always changing, right? Just like the world. And so today in this 10 energy, it's really about the fulfillment, the ability to see it. And with the two really inspires us to have that mirrored back to us. Now with this 2 energy it also allows for us to see where we may have put our relationships, our lover, our family, all of those people, the idea of relationship, even bringing yourself and putting yourself into a box and being in this place of black and white thinking, this place of, oh, well, if this person does this, then I'm going to do this. If this person does that, then I'll respond this way. Or this behavior means this, and that behavior means this. And this opportunity today to shift out of the illusion, to shift out of the illusion of separation, to shift out of the illusion that love could be lost, to shift out of the illusion that love dissipates. And so for me, in my experience, there's been this little nagging fear that's been coming up. And I've been feeling it since Friday, probably. And it would just nag its little head, and I'd feel it. And I'd be like, oh, I see you. And it would go away. And then it would come back and I'd be like, oh yeah, I see you. You want to work on, like, I'm going to feel into you and we're going to work on this. And it'd be like, it would duck out. And this morning, this fear, it didn't flare, but I could feel it just move through my body. I was like, oh, it's time. I was being inspired to work through this fear. And so I was sitting in meditation. I was tuning into the energy, and you may see, because in this meditation, I was crying. There was this fear, and it was rising up, and I could see it, and it was being reflected with my partner. And there was this deep-seated fear of being abandoned. There was a pattern that was rising up, and I could see this pattern that was showing up where this idea that I could be abandoned was really starting to show up in my face. And my muse was my partner. And so feeling into this fear of being abandoned, I did the work, which is I moved through the forgiveness pieces. And in the moving through the forgiveness pieces, the idea of, oh, being abandoned means that I am of less value. Being abandoned means that I'm the one that's not being chosen. Being abandoned means that I'm not good enough. Being abandoned meant that that was based on me. Being abandoned meant that everything had to do with me, when really and truly, at the end of the day, the clarity that came through was that if I were, well, actually, abandonment is an illusion, that I've never been abandoned, that yes, I have taken actions where I may have abandoned myself, where I may not have expressed myself, where I may not have stood up for myself, where I may have allowed myself to go with the flow, to belong, all of these places where many of us have experienced this. And yet, in regards to my partner, if he were to choose to end this relationship, it would not be necessarily because of me. It was because he chose, and he was choosing for himself. And he was choosing to, because he loved himself so much that the most loving thing that he could do would be to choose him and to no longer have this shared experience. Does that make sense? And so all of that is not necessarily not choosing me, it's not choosing to have the experience with me. Thus, I could not be abandoned. There is no abandonment there. It has nothing to do with my value. It has nothing to do with whether or not I'm good enough, I'm pretty enough, I'm sexy enough, I'm girly enough, I'm smart enough, I have enough money, I have any of those things. It has nothing to do with any of the enoughness. And so in that, there's this rising up to see yourself in this fulfillment of love where I can continue to love. I can continue to love me, that in all of my actions, in all of my behaviors, in everything that I do, I'm choosing me and I'm walking forth in that. And I'm walking forth in that in love. And as I do that, I naturally feel into the value of who I am. I naturally feel into that enoughness. It's just present. They go hand in hand. When you can love yourself so much, the fulfillment of the value that you have within you, it's not mirrored in anyone else, it's all in you, begins to present itself. And with that, there's this power that happens. You feel into your power. There's this congruency within yourself. There's this integrity within yourself that in everything that you do, you're now bringing the love of you, the value of you, and you're walking out in the world and you're doing the things. Whether that's going to work, being in service with your family, being in service to the community, whatever that is, being in service to your lover, right? And so you start to build into this momentum, this building of this higher perception of, oh, I see me. And in that, you begin to move into this beautiful place of this even deeper awareness of you. This deeper awareness of your value as you continue to build on this power, which becomes a blessing because now you start to see this mirrored in others. They mirror back to you. Mirrors are only used as triggers. They're used as beautiful, triggers that show you your own beauty, that show you your own value, that show you the extraordinary limitlessness that you are. And so today, your invitation is to feel into and to bring into just your awareness, just for a moment, what would it be like to be fulfilled in love, in my relationships? What would it be like? What would it be like as we're coming into Christmas to be fulfilled in my relationships with my family? What would I need to shift within me? What thinking can I just let go of? Can I let go of anything that they're really expressing to me has nothing to do with me, that it has to do with them? Can I come into the thinking of, though, if I am triggered, then perhaps there's something that I am just letting go of, a thought, a pattern, an idea that is just ready to go. Because when I let that go, the mirror changes. It changes. The way that you see your family, the way you see your partner, the way you see your lover, it all changes and it shifts. And that's the magic, because you are the projector of your reality. And the projector comes from within here. And so what would it be like to be fulfilled in love today? What would it be like to be fulfilled in my relationships? What does that feel like in my body? What does that look like as I see it mirrored in others? And what is it that I'm needing to shift in my life? And bringing that into your awareness, because tomorrow we shift into 9 of Hearts, where it's blessings, graduations, and completions. And so today, allow that to be top of mind. And if something rises up, then use your tools. Use your tools to move through it. And if you require support, call a friend, connect with me, have someone hold the space for you as you move through this. For me, it's forgiveness. And allow yourself to shift in your perspective, in your perception, because not everything is black and white. Not everything is right and wrong. In fact, that is only a canvas in which you play in. There's so much more that is there, that is available to you. And so play with possibility, play with love. It's a beautiful energy today. Awesome. Any questions, comments, please feel free to share, and I will be happy to respond. Sending you all so much love, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.